weekly vlog number 30. I'll explain why audio is all not being edited with my mic in a bit. I'm sure some of you may already know because I uploaded a video asking for help figuring out problems with my computer and everything, so apparently it wasn't graphics cards. But anyways, I'll get over that, or over to that, I mean, geez. I'll speak about that in a minute. First, the first thing that actually happened, well, I guess not the first thing, but first thing I want to talk about that happened this week ended up happening yesterday. So it was actually that my cat ended up dying, and she didn't die of old age. For some reason, she went in the street. She was trained not to go in the street because she was outside cat. There was a time where she was inside cat, then she started peeing around the house, so she went outside because she was trained to be outside when she was a kitten and everything. And she was allowed to go outside whenever she wanted, really, and she would go outside whenever she was inside cat, too. She would sometimes want outside. She would scratch on the window or something, and we would just let her outside. And she didn't die of old age, even though she was 20 years old. Yeah, we got her as a kitten because a neighbor we had back then, he had a sister, and his sister found him in the middle of a middle school's field, just abandoned as a kitten, and she ended up bringing him home, and they weren't able to take care of him, and I managed to talk my dad into letting me keep her, the kitten, and we just had the kitten, whatever, grew up into the cat, whatever, ever since. And until yesterday, my dad actually woke me up sometime after 3 in the morning, and he said that my cat was dead because someone hit her with a car or a truck or something, and he ended up scraping her up off the street, putting her in her bag and everything. And then later that day, after he got home from work, we went out to eat some food, and we came home. He told my nieces, because they were the ones feeding her every morning, and actually they kind of liked the cat. One of the nieces didn't seem to actually understand, still doesn't seem to understand. The other one's been crying pretty much the entire time since she was told. And after they were told, we ended up burying her, so we just dug a hole near the tree I have in the front yard. And just little ways under the ground, like I think we dug a 2.5 foot deep hole. It doesn't need to be that deep for a cat. And just buried her there, and we moved some big brick thing over on top of the mound, so it actually sets properly and doesn't actually get dug up or kicked up or anything, and actually somehow show that she's buried there at all. And it also kind of works kind of like a gravestone, like, yeah, there's something dead here, and we can actually see where it is. So that kind of sucks, because she probably would have lived another 5 years or so. Even though 20 years is already over 5 years over the average age of a cat, but I don't know, she seemed fine. She was going a little deaf, but that's pretty much it. And now, since that's really all that actually happened, other than computer stuff, I can now talk about computer stuff that I saved for last, which explains why I'm not using my good mic and I'm using the camcorder mic instead. Because if I was using my good mic, it'd be up here like this, almost, or something, like it was on that video asking for help and everything. So anyways, why am I not using that mic right now? Even though I got my gaming computer up and running, you could probably hear it if I'm quiet. It's kind of a quiet system though. It is up and running right now, but I'm actually running MemTest 86, and I started that right before we left to eat dinner last night, before burying the cat and everything. And actually that's a good reason why I explained that before explaining this. So I started the test last night before we went to eat dinner, and it's now been running for a little over 18 hours, and it's on pass 3. It's 16% of the way done of the final test of pass 3, so it's 91% done with pass 3 and everything. Then it'll go on to 4. I'm running 8 passes on MemTest 86, just because, why the fuck not? There's one more test I have to do after this if it comes back with no errors. So far there are no problems. It says errors 0, so no issues found after those 3 tests so far. and after 18 hours of running the tests. But I did find that my motherboard manufacturers, so the people who made my motherboard, they have a little utility that lets you test the motherboard, CPU, the RAM, and just everything on the system. So I got that downloaded as well before starting MemTest 86. But I'm running MemTest 86 first, then I'm going to be running the other test. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to try just reinstalling Windows. See if that fixes the problem, and I'll test stuff before I actually go and get Google Chrome, Firefox, all that shit again. Hopefully I figure this out. God damn it, I need to get it figured out. I want it figured out. I want everything to work properly, but so far I have no idea what's going on. I've run tests. I've pretty much done everything except for reinstalling Windows and using that program I downloaded to test the rest of the hardware. Because I haven't really tested the motherboard. I don't think there's anything wrong with the hardware, though, because if there was something wrong with the hardware, then, because I also ran Prime 95, and, man, after running Prime 95, after running freaking video renders and everything, you would think something would happen if there's something wrong with the actual hardware. Of course, graphics driver crashes. I thought graphics cards, whatever, let's just send these in, get them replaced and everything, but it wasn't that either, so because the new ones, yeah, I'm still getting graphics driver crashes with the graphics cards that were replaced. The new cards that got here and everything, they're in and it's running with those and everything. So I don't know what the hell's going on. But I'm still running tests, trying to figure it all out. Hopefully I get it figured out. Hopefully I get the problem fixed, solved, and get the system up and running properly and start actually getting these weekly videos recorded and edited properly and start working more on playthroughs. Because I want to work on Borderlands 2, and moreover, I also want to get Borderlands 2 running properly, because I want to play a game with some friends. And we managed to do that before I figured out that EVGA Precision X was actually causing massive stutter and issues on my computer when I was using that, because that did actually stop driver crashes. So something is going on. I don't know what the hell. The issue is just like one massive fucking riddle that makes no goddamn sense. The obvious thing to try ends up being like, well, I didn't do anything. Why didn't it do anything? And then the unobvious does something, and it's like, okay, well, it's doing that, but why the hell is it doing this? Why is it doing anything wrong? Why is it not working? Why is it working? It just makes no sense. So, still basically just running through everything, trying to figure it out, and yeah, that's where we are with this. So again, another video with no ads or anything. How long is this video? 8 minutes? Jeez, it feels like it's been longer than that. I'm a bit tired. So, hopefully next week I'll have everything figured out. I've been working on this stuff non-stop pretty much for the last few days. I don't know. I'll try, hopefully I'll get it all solved. And hopefully I won't have to spend a lot of money. Holy crap. I'd actually rather have to reinstall Windows 7, even though that'd be annoying as fuck to do. Reinstall that, than have to spend any money on new hardware, because if I have to spend new money on new hardware, it means I'm going to have to actually step up to DDR4 and X99 systems, and only keep the graphics cards and everything, because I can't really get the motherboard I'm using anymore already, because I got the thing over a year ago, and I've been waiting to use it until the beginning of this year, whenever the hell I got the system actually up and running, because I started buying stuff before my last computer died, so I'll find out what happens. Hopefully everything ends up working right after I get it figured out, but I guess until next week's video, or on one of the Skyrim videos, there's still a few more. Not really going to miss any yet. I don't know, let me see how much I actually have rendered here on my laptop. I have 62 rendered, so I don't know what part is actually released right now. I could open, let me see. One that is releasing today is part, is part 40, so it's probably released by the time this video is already released. So part 40 released, so there's still another 22 videos basically that need to release. before I start running out of video, before I have no videos left to actually release and upload and everything. So I have about a month before I fall behind and there's no videos uploaded during the day. So anyways, that's the end of this video. Hopefully it explains what the hell is going on a little bit, and I'll see you guys in the next video next week or on one of my Skyrim videos. If you enjoyed this video for some weird reason, I guess it wasn't too horribly bad, I don't know. It could just be all in my head, like I'm a crazy person or something. If it wasn't all that bad, let me know with a comment, like, subscribe, and or a share, and I'll see you guys next week or on some other video. But until then, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye. I don't know what the hell that sound was. It was weird. Whatever. Bye.